What's up, guys? Happy Monday, or happy, whatever it is, Monday. Welcome to the Fomo Factory. Happy to have you here. If you are still in crypto, you're probably gonna make it, man, because everybody's saying now it's over, and the people that are not even talking about it, they already think it's over. It's never over. Bitcoin was over so many times and it never turned out to be the case. And this time won't be any different, but these are very hard times. And, you know, every bear market has its own narrative to, you know, make it a bear market. And this time it's like things are collapsing. Luna, 3AC Capital, like now we had FTX, and it's really hard. It's really hard, and especially for like the people that had their funds there, right? Because this time people get wrecked, but not because necessarily the Bitcoin price came down more than in any other bear market. I mean, when it comes to that, this is the best bear market so far. But let's take a look at the Bitcoin price, what to expect, and why it kind of looks like that altcoins are crashing. I made some videos about that. Like, keep in mind that it is a possibility that altcoins will fall that hard, and it looks like it's kind of beginning right now. Or we have to assume that this is going to be one big ass flash crash and that we go up right again. But I don't think so. So first of all, this is Bitcoin, and this is what I do like to see, though. Look, like, I mean, the stochastic RSI, it is resetting, right? And man, fuck. All right, so I told you guys this many times, many times. I told you that every time the stochastic RSI was this overbought, right? It always has to come down. But what happens with the Bitcoin price when it does? Like, here we were at the top, here we were at the bottom, and this was a price fall of till the bottom, 52%, right? We had something similar right here, and here we had a price fall from the top, which was here, to the bottom of 63%, right? So that's kind of an average of 55%. Well, let's say 50%. Yeah, this time we had kind of the same, right? We had kind of the same. And now I must say, I took the tops, like we could have took it from here, but this here was the price top, right? So if we take the price top from where we were when the stochastic RSI was around that area again, was here, right? So if we assume that we see another 55% fall, since this is now actually going down, then it could mean that, you know, Bitcoin will end up around 12K, and it would make kind of sense, as that's a very big support level. And 12K, it sounds very negative, because it is. But on the other hand, we have already seen, what was it, 15 and a half, give or take? I don't even know, man. I don't want to, 15 and a half. Like, it's from there, it's like another 25%. Yeah, we saw 25% in this one weekly candle alone. So, and things are just not looking bright in the macro, but in the crypto space itself, it's not looking bright as well right now. And that's kind of the big problem, because crypto was kind of holding up. But yeah, then we had our dear Sam, who basically single-handed messed up the complete market. It's crazy. So I also made videos about like how you can survive this bear market. And what it's basically about is get a ledger, get a Trezor, put it there. Everybody talking about that right now. And I don't want to be the guy that's not talking about it, because you should actually do that. I didn't have all my funds there. I'm now really moving my funds there. Everything. Because you never know. You never know who you can trust. Now, about the crypto market, what is kind of standing out to me, to have a little light at the end of the tunnel, though, before we dive into altcoins, is that when we came down, as you can see, this diagonal line right here was really resistance right here, here a little bit, and we broke above it. And it's a good thing that we broke above it, because if we didn't, we had much more free fall to go, probably, because we broke above it, it's making look like this is basically this is perfect support right now. This isn't resistance anymore, right? So we have an extra point of support right now. So that's kind of nice. That's what I do like to see, but it doesn't mean, wow, we have a crypto going up as we speak. Whoa, bull market starting. But yeah, it's good to see that this is now support, and it doesn't mean we can't break that. But if we have to break it today, we go around 14, 13K, which is still definitely possible. Like, and I mean, the more time goes by, like it could definitely be that we go to that 12K, but that it happens at around, you know, end of November, December, and that we still don't break that diagonal line, right? We still hold it as support. I mean, yeah, we can do this. I mean, that's still going down, right? So don't get your hopes up too much about that. I really would like to see the stochastic RSI in the next coming 3-4 weeks, you know, reset, go down, and whatever Bitcoin does by then, like, you don't want to buy here. It's usually just not a good point. I talked about it a lot, and it turns out to be the same this time. I mean, we went from like, oh man, yeah, in one single candle from 21K to 15K. It's unbelievable that that happens, but you know, that kind of stuff happens, basically. On the other hand, which is quite funny, the DXY, well, now started the week pretty green, but, you know, it's not that weird because it came down a lot. Like, and usually when that happens, you know, crypto goes up. And you see, like, that stocks. I mean, it had a big pump. The S&P did great. I mean, the NASDAQ, I haven't even seen it, but it's probably, yeah, green candle, right? Yeah. That's what I said in one of my other videos as well. If the FTX stuff didn't happen, Bitcoin was sitting way above 22K. I think that 25K was definitely possible because here we had that same kind of relief rally, right? And now the DXY and the macro was even looking better than what we had back then, right? So this is really like, thanks, Sam. I don't know what to say, man. Fuck this shit. Anyway, it's kind of about altcoins because I talked about altcoins a lot. I was kind of like, you know, what are altcoins doing right now? I mean, it was sitting at tight support all the time, and they had some bounces and they went down and everything, but it was really kind of undecided. And with this Bitcoin move, I feel like a decision has been made for the altcoin market, and that wasn't the best decision, if you ask me. Like, look, this was the range that altcoins have been in, right? We have bottomed here a lot, right? We had a touch here, we had a touch here, we had a touch here, and we every time, you know, we closed above it, right? We had one fake out, but we closed above it. Now we closed below it, and now it's a problem because now this support is no longer support. This is resistance right now, right? With the stochastic coming down as well, this is not looking good, really. And now is the big question, like, okay, will this little level right here act as a big support for us? We had it right here as well, this fake out, but yeah, that's kind of it. And I'm afraid that won't be enough, to be completely honest. Look, this is the level. If we go back, what did we have back here? Nothing. This is nothing, right? We didn't have anything. So we have one fake out, which has to determine our entire altcoin support right now. Well, I'm afraid that won't hold. And you see some altcoins are already collapsing. We can go over, I don't want to make this too long this time. I don't have all the time. But we can go over some altcoins like Solana. Where will it go, for example? But some other layer ones. But it looked like we just broke that trend. And it's now the question like, okay, where are we going? We are now currently sitting here, which should be big support, but also our last support. And if this breaks, then I'm really afraid that we go down a lot. And with a lot, I mean around here. And now you have to remember that this level right here, you know, give or take around this level right here, right? We had some support right here. We had resistance here. We had resistance here. There was a lot of stuff going on here. You have to remember that this is the total tree, right? So this is the whole market, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? But this is also including stable coins, as far as I know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but as far as I know, this is everything excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. So if we go down to that level, which is a 40% drop, you might feel like, okay, my altcoins can drop 40% on average, but if everything is correct, your stables won't fall 40%, right? So these compensate these altcoins have to compensate for these 0% of drop, right? So a lot of altcoins will fall 60-70%. Yeah, usually it's like the low caps that fall harder, but in these days, man, I don't even know anymore. Like everything can just drop. Like we saw it with Solana. And the funny thing is, though, I just want to say something about Solana in specific, because a lot of people, they tell like Solana is like great, had a nice decent bounce right here. I just closed my long. Anyway, a lot of people, they talk about Solana and be like, okay, Solana is dead and send that shitcoin to zero and all that. But people get it kind of twisted, in my opinion, because there is nothing fundamentally, nothing changed about Solana. Solana is still a fast chain, and Solana is still working, and there are still projects being built on Solana. The only thing happened to Solana is that it came down because FTX holds a lot of Solana, right? And there has been going massive sell-offs off. But, you know, what does that mean? So the price came down, but the product is the same. That's a discount, right? I bought some Solana. I bought a good bag of Solana at around, well, where we are right now, give or take. And I won't go crazy on Solana because I know it is kind of, you know, dangerous right now, but I don't see a reason for, like, yeah, Solana could definitely, just like any other, maybe it goes to $4, definitely, but I don't think Solana will die. That's kind of the thing. Anyway, what do I think about altcoins right now? Yeah, like I said, I think that we have a big drop to go. Like if Bitcoin, and it depends, like nobody knows, like maybe this was the bottom. Maybe this 15.5K was the bottom. And maybe all the bad things are being flushed out of the market right now. And maybe the macro, you know, won't be like terrible anymore. It gets slowly better, and maybe this was it. Maybe this was the big, you know, flush out. That could be. On the other hand, maybe we also go a lot lower. I think that everybody tries to tell you that they know. It's kind of like the market is very surprisingly right now, and I honestly have no idea. Only thing I do know that if we go low, I think that 14K is a big level, and the last big support, well, the big, not the last, but the big support will be laying at around 11.5. I don't think we go down much lower than that, at least not easy. But yeah, who knows, man? But I'm being kind of careful with altcoins right now. Altcoins are really on tight support right now. And although it's very tempting to go look at your altcoins and feel like, okay, let's buy every single dip, that's kind of the problem. And that's how I personally lost more money than I could have in this bear market by, you know, buying every dip all the time. Like, not everyone. But if you do that and you feel like, oh, a big dip, buy. You go up a little bit, you feel like a genius, but then big dip, you buy. You always feel like you're buying the lows. And now we are still in that same process. It's like, this isn't anything different. Like, yeah, we getting, with every percent we drop, we're getting closer to the bottom, but we don't know where the bottom is, right? Same case, I don't think that though, but same case, it's at $2,000, you know, metaphorically. Yeah, then you want to buy all these dips all the time? I don't know if that's the brightest idea. So I would wait a little bit, but, you know, what it basically is, and this Bitcoin chart can also just reflect all the altcoins in the market basically, is I really learned, and I knew it, but now I experienced it, is that you can better wait. You know, you can buy all the dips, but you can better wait in cash and it's now maybe a little too late to say that because, you know, now you have to sell your entire bag, and that's also a huge gamble because the same case the market goes up from here. But for the next time, guys, really, I mean, you better wait, and when it bounces, you can better buy that, and yeah, you missed out on the bottom, but you save yourself from buying all these levels right here. You still have a very decent entry, right? And that's definitely something I will do in the next bear market. And I think that will not make you only a lot of money, but will save you a lot of money as well. So yeah, I think that's the best thing to do for now. So we'll have to see what happens. Also, if I look at some altcoins, like I'm not really buying altcoins until the stochastic RSI is really here at these low levels, at the oversold levels. And that's like, I know it's just one indicator, and you shouldn't base your completely buying plan off of one indicator. But this is usually, like I showed you, this indicator, when it's at the top, you should sell basically. And the other way around works the same. You don't catch the exact top and the exact bottom, but you at least get your trades right. And at the end of the day, the chance that you lose money is like very low, because it usually worked all the time. But you know, if you use TradingView or CoinGecko, whatever you look at, and you feel like, man, this is AVAX, for example, like, man, it's really sitting at the lows almost. Like, yeah, it can drop here, but it can't get any lower, right? Yeah, it can. It can always go lower. We can always assume that things could get worse. And I like to use Fibonacci tools a lot lately. And I feel like, yeah, AVAX, if shit hits the fan, which is kind of happening right now, you know, it's $12. Well, look at these levels right here. It could definitely go to $9, but the 1.618 is a big level, which is $3. Yeah, that's not what you want to see, I know, but it could definitely happen. And if we take it over the bigger picture right here, then this is a little more accurate maybe. Well, then we have our big support sitting at around, yeah, again, I don't know. This is, yeah, that $9 is the bottom here, of course. What you can best do maybe is just look at the Bitcoin chart, the altcoin and then the Bitcoin pair. Because if we look at this, and this is again AVAX, yeah. When you look at the USDT chart, it doesn't have a lot of downside to go, right? Because it's basically sitting at its USDT low, but it's not sitting at its Bitcoin low yet. And if that happens, if it goes here, for example, which is a big level, you know, for AVAX in particular, that's a 60% drop, right? If Bitcoin stays the same, then that's just also a dollar drop of 60%. But if Bitcoin goes down 40% as well, then this is way more than this is like an 80% drop or so, right? So please don't stare blind at these levels right here that you think like, okay, this is the bottom. At the end of the day, if you are in the good projects, it is a good buying opportunity. I'm sure it is, but be a little careful. And again, I'm just looking at the stochastics for a lot of these. So for DOT, for example, yeah, it's sitting right here. Man, I don't know. I'm not going crazy right now. Ethereum as well. Near is looking kind of different. This is sitting at the bottom. So this is looking quite good. But don't forget that even with this, it could stay here for a long while while the price is, you know, behaving absolutely different. Like here we were sitting high as well, and here we were still sitting high. But in the meantime, what happened, right? We went from $4 all the way to $6, all the way back to $4, all when it was at this level, right? So, and this is a big difference right here. So watch out a little bit. I have to recalculate, reevaluate a little bit to see what's going on, but I will still be here every day. Because at the end of the day, if you handle this right, this is nothing else than a great opportunity. But don't be too reckless right here. That's all I'm trying to say. For now, I want to leave it here. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please feel free to do so. Give the video a like. Help other people to see this content as well, so everybody survives. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow.